Hello. Hi. Welcome back to my channel. But if you're new here, welcome. I am Lulling Lisa, hoping to lull you into a state of relaxation, sleep, or just entertainment through ASMR. Hi. Guess what we're back with? Another imagination personality test video or visualization test video. I'm not sure, but I think we are done this Kokology book. I think we have in us 2 to 3 tests left, depending if the third is a repeat or not. So we're going to finish the book today, which is kind of sad, but also exciting because we'll start something new. But yeah, so based on my notes, I think we only have 3 tests left, and I think one of them I put a question mark, so let's see. But we'll get to the one for sure that we haven't done yet. So just to preface, I hope that you're relaxing and ready to take this test, because this requires you to use your imagination or to visualize the scenario at hand. And essentially, Kokology is a series of psychological games or tests designed to reveal your hidden attitudes about sex, family, love, work, and more. And I always do these tests with you, so I'm just as excited as you, and I will be just as revealing, so please share your answers if you care to do so in the comments down below, because those are always fun to read through. Now, this test is called Ready to Rumble. Toe-to-toe in the ring. Mountains of muscle and bone square off for the fight of the century. The wrestlers glower, or the glower, with menace and pace like caged beasts. Let me know if I pronounced that right either time. I think it's glower, maybe. Anyway, the crowd roars with an anticipation as its most aggressive fantasies are about to be played out. No other sporting event has the elemental appeal of professional wrestling. We may laugh about it or shake our heads, but its popularity endures. Now comes the part of the test where it's the question, and these are multiple choice, so they'll give you 4 answers to choose from, and then we'll analyze them. But with that in mind, it says, if you had the chance to jump over that 3rd rope just for one night, what type of wrestler would you be? It's funny for me to imagine, but let's see. Here are your options. So if you could be in the cage wrestling, what would you be? 1. A giant bruiser who bashes opponents into submission through sheer strength. 2. A technical wizard who invents elaborate cliches, drop kicks, and slams for each new opponent you face. 3. A villain type who resorts to illegal holds and banned objects every time the ref's back is turned. Or 4. An expressionless masked wrestler who never shows emotion or pain. So, now that you have all the options, I'll just quickly read them to you again before you make your decision, but try to be instinctual about this, so maybe don't always go with what makes sense necessarily. 1. A giant bruiser who bashes opponents into submission through sheer strength. 2. A technical wizard who invents elaborate clinches. I think it's clinches. Maybe I said cliches. Clinches, drop kicks, and slams for each new opponent you face. 3. A villain type who resorts to illegal holds and banned objects every time the ref's back is turned. Or 4. A struggling between two. So we'll see which applies the most. I know that's cheating, but we'll see. Okay, so here is the key to Ready to Rumble. So let's see what the heck this means. Sports are a socially acceptable expression of natural human aggression. But on a deeper level, they also represent a sublimation of the sex drive. And pro wrestling, with its wild abandon, its glorification of the body, its raw humanity, and its naked aggression, has closer links to sex than any other sport. The type of wrestler you said you'd become shows the type of partner you are in bed. Okay, so if you chose number 1, a giant bruiser who bashes opponents to submission through sheer strength, you insist on having things your way, like the fighter who reduces his foe to a quivering mass. You take control of your partners and bend them to do your bidding without a second thought. It may sound brutal and animalistic, but then we aren't talking about a game of tiddlywinks, are we? I didn't think this was going to be so sexual. Did you choose number 1? If you chose number 2, a technical wizard who invents elaborate clinches, drop kicks, and slams for each new opponent you face. This says you enjoy trying out new tricks and techniques with each new partner. Part of the excitement in the game of love is generated by the freedom it gives you to express your creativity. You love to home in? I think he wanted to say hone in, but it said home in on your partner's most sensitive spot, then go in for the kill. So this was one of the 2 that I picked. Let's see if this 1 or 3 is more accurate. Because I will admit, although I would never typically want to be the villain. I think it would be fun to act like the villain if I were a wrestler, because let's face it, I'm never going to be a pro wrestler. So, I think ultimately I chose the villain 1, but number 2 also really called to me. It made more sense, number 2, but I wanted to pick number 3. To not, anyway, okay, be quiet. So, number 3 says, a villain type who resorts to illegal holds and banned items every time the ref's back is turned. This means you can't be satisfied in making love by the book. You're always looking for new sensations, and you're not afraid to break a few rules or introduce some forbidden objects to get what you want. Now just put down that folding chair before somebody gets hurt. Okay, no comment. Number 4. An expressionless masked wrestler who never shows emotion or pain. If you chose this says you don't like to reveal your true self, even in the most intimate encounters. There's an aura of mystery to your love-making style, almost an eerie sense of calm. This tactic can drive some partners wild with curiosity or leave them feeling cold. But there will always come the day when your mask is finally torn away. Are you prepared to confront the face concealed beneath it? Okay, so was this accurate for you? The fun part about these tests is I never know what the heck they're going to be about. And the answers are always, the meaning, I should say, is always surprising. And my answers are always surprising, but I will say, I definitely didn't have answer 1 or 4 on my radar, and those were definitely not me. So I would say that 2 and 3 were the most like me, without being too revealing. Now we have 2 tests left, and I have to see if we've done them. So let's see, 135. The labyrinth. The labyrinth. Okay, I don't think we've done this. But if we have, I'm also going to do another one after this that I'm also not sure if we've done. So I I won't leave you hanging with just one test, so we'll see. But anywho, this test is called the labyrinth. Let's return once again to the amusement park to continue our explorations into the attractions of the unconscious mind. You're already familiar with some of the rides, the dizzying excitement of the roller coaster, and the good-natured thrills of the merry-go-round. See, I did these tests in no particular order, so maybe when I get the second book, I'll try as much as I can to go in order, because I think they are implying that we've been through certain tests, which realistically at this point we have, but yeah. So, the House of Horrors still lies waiting, but that's best left for couples to explore. How about a walk through the labyrinth instead? Okay, now here's where the question comes in. You found your way through the giant maze and are standing at the exit. Which of these statements best describes how you feel? So after going through the labyrinth, or I would say the maze, you're at the exit, so finally completing this course that was maybe difficult. Which statement best describes how you feel? Multiple choice, that's all we seem to have left right now. But the new book I'm excited for because it will have more, okay, okay, pick number 1. That was easy, I was done in no time, what a piece of cake. Number 2, well, it took a while to get through, but looking back, I guess it was really no big deal. Number 3, boy was I lost. For a while there, I thought I was never going to get out. Number 4, I hooked up with a group of people inside, and they showed me the way out. Otherwise, I might still be in there. I always have 2 in mind. Okay, I'm going to try my best to pick one, but let's read these again. Okay, so as you are about to exit the giant maze, what do you say? 1, that was too easy. I was done in no time. What a piece of cake. 2, well, it took a while to get through, but looking back, I guess it was really no big deal. 3, boy, was I lost. For a while there, I thought I was never going to get out. 4, I hooked up with a group of people inside, and they showed me the way out. Otherwise, I might still be in there. I'm going to explain my answers. Sometimes multiple choice is limiting. But anywho, okay, so here's the key to the labyrinth. So what does this test really mean? The winding and circuitous paths of a maze represent the path you find for yourself in life, with all its false turns, backtracking, and dead ends. And adolescence is the time in life when it's easiest to feel lost and confused. Your experience in the labyrinth corresponds to the way you remember spending the years leading up to adulthood. Interesting. Okay, if you chose number 1, that was too easy. I was done in no time. What a piece of cake. This means, although many people look back on their teenage years as a time of stress and confusion, for you it was nothing but fun. Lucky you. You weren't consumed with soul-searching or traumatized by peer pressure. Actually, the whole experience was like one big party. Of course, that may mean your true test in life still lies ahead. If you chose 2, well, it took a while to get through, but looking back, I guess it was really no big deal. Your school days were not easy for you, and it's more than likely you've spent many a night worried over the same problems we all did: love, friendship, and the future. But that experience has helped to forge you into the person you are, and the lessons you learn will sustain you through any difficult times to come. This was one of the 2 answers I chose, but I will explain after why I wasn't 100% sold on that. If you chose 3, boy, I was lost. For a while there, I thought I was never going to get out. Although nearly everyone has a rough year or two growing up, you took worrying about life to the extremes, dwelling on problems that existed only in your head and torturing yourself with second guesses and self-doubt. That may have added certain amount of seriousness and depth to your character, but now it's time for you to loosen up and enjoy life. You've earned it. And finally, if you chose 4, I hooked up with a group of people inside and they showed me the way out, otherwise I might still be in there. So I was also leaning towards 4. And it says, the reason for the satisfaction you feel in life today lies with the friends you made and the relationships you formed during your youth. You had your worries like everyone else, but it seemed there was always someone for you to turn to when things got tough. Be grateful for the good luck you've had so far. Now it's your turn to return the favor and be there for others in need. I like that. I think both are accurate for me because the reason why 2 was appealing, but I didn't like the way they phrased the ending, how they said, well, it took a while to get through, but looking back, I guess it was really no big deal. I didn't like the way they said that. I just found that it made it seem like you're not impressed, like, well, no big deal. I think they should have said, like, wow, that took a while to get through, but looking back, it wasn't as challenging or something, I just didn't like the phrasing of that, which is why number 4 also called to me. And I think I would say that that's accurate. How do you feel? How do you feel about these tests? Are you like me and you're like sort of cheating by picking 2 answers? It's difficult. Okay. Now finally, we have one called Like a Monkey in a Cage, but for some reason, I feel like we've done this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. The reason I'm not sure is because sometimes when these tests were particularly short, like this one, it doesn't even call for a multiple choice. Sometimes I remember sneaking these tests into my follow my instructions video because I don't only put Kokology tests in these imagination personality test videos. I snuck a few of them into my follow my instructions videos. So this one seems familiar in that sense, but you let me know. Either way, this is a bonus test. We're not getting it all to the second book, but hopefully you enjoy this final test. Like a Monkey in a Cage. They say that the eyes are the windows to the soul, and that is true of animals as well as man. When you look into the eyes of a friendly dog, it seems to be begging you to play, while if you stare into the eyes of a cat, it looks back with cool indifference. Depends. Animals have feelings and personalities just like humans, and if we could only heed our eyes, we'd see how close our worlds really are. I'm not sure if we've done this, but here's the question. And it's not multiple choice. So it says, you are strolling through a zoo, watching the animals in their cages. You stop in front of a single monkey in its cage and your eyes meet. The expression in its eyes seems to be communicating something. What is the monkey trying to tell you? So imagine strolling through the zoo, watching the animals. You stop in front of a single monkey in a cage, and your eyes meet. The expression in its eyes seemed to be communicating something. What is the monkey trying to tell you? This test is making me a little depressed. Okay. If you have that imagined, now we're ready to find out the key to Like a Monkey in a Cage. Okay. Caged animals are mentally associated with the loss of freedom and restraints placed on our natural instincts by society. And because they are human-like in so many ways, it is particularly easy for us to empathize and identify with monkeys. The message the monkey was sending corresponds to your true feelings about the restrictions on your freedom. Specifically, they are words you'd like but are unable to say about a company, a group, or a social system that you feel is ruining your life. Or is it running your life? Do any of these answers sound familiar? So they're going to give examples. If you weren't exactly clear, let's see what they say. So if the monkey said, "Boy, I'd like a banana," you're easily pleased and therefore easily controlled. Hold out for more and you might be surprised at how much you're worth to others. Who knows, you might even get 2 bananas. If the monkey said, "All right, move along, nothing to see here," it's not the pressure of conforming to society's rules that gets to you as much as it is the lack of privacy. Don't be afraid to go off by yourself, to be alone with your thoughts from time to time. You're only a single monkey. The zoo will survive for a while without you. If you said, "I think I'm going crazy in this cage, get me out of here." As a licensed kokologist, I'm prescribing you a long vacation on a nice quiet island. Take it. No, because I would think that the monkey was communicating to me with like sadness in its eyes, as if to say like, I wish to be free. So it's not about going crazy in the cage, but I don't think any creature wants to be caged. So to me, the monkey was communicating to me to be out of the cage, like with its eyes, just like communicating, like release me, which was why I was feeling sad. Ending on a little bit of a sad note. I don't know what that says about me. Sometimes when they're not the multiple choice questions, the answers can be open to our own interpretations, but guys, I can't believe we finished everything here. What was this one? I think 82 I crossed off, but I wasn't sure if we've done either. Let's just quickly see. Just to really be sure. Oh yeah, this is about a seal in a marine park, so let's not even go there. But we finished this book. Oh my gosh. I'm so sad about that because it feels like really the ending of an era, you know? I mean, before I even knew this book existed, I was doing these imagination personality tests with you all. And I would look online for tests, and I think the original test was the cube personality test. It's like the most famous one, where it has you really visualize certain things. And I remember falling in love with these tests because when I was in Italy back in like 2010, I did this with my cousin. I think 2010 or 2011. I did a test like this with my cousin and all their friends. We all sat around and one of my cousins asked us for the answer, and then we all shared, and it was like a really fun group activity. Actually, it was really funny. And yeah, ever since then I've just been like so hooked on Kokology tests. I just thought they were like the coolest things ever, and that's when I didn't even know what the heck they were called. I'm sure they go by many names, as I said: scenic, guided personality tests, or visualization tests, or Kokology is just the easiest one. Upon discovering the name Kokology, I of course found these books, and the rest is history. I love this series, and of course it will continue with the Kokology 2 book. I have it downloaded, but in any case, as I said before, pretty sure I want to buy it to have the physical copy in my hand. But yeah, thank you so much for being here and for going on this Kokology journey with me. I have all of these in a playlist, which maybe I'll just link after the video so you can find them. But have you done all of these Kokology tests with me? And if so, are you sick of when I preface them in the beginning and you're like, just get to the test? I preface them so no one feels left out if they're new to clicking, but I do think that these tests have a certain cult following with you guys, so I just love them so much. And yeah, I'm so happy to be here with you and to spend time curiosity to discover things about myself, you know? So yeah, thank you for being here, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next Kokology video, where we start a new book. So exciting, because we'll get back some of those really like longer tests that are, you know, they require you to be more imaginative rather than just answering a quick question or answering a quick multiple choice. They're more like those journeys, and I like that. So yeah, ramble, but thank you for being here, and stay safe and be well.